Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to FREIBA Watch List, where we talk about stocks that our community is looking to trade. This is a Thanksgiving edition, so we have some additional ideas to talk about a little bit later. That's towards the end here. But again, we talk about stocks our company, community is looking to trade, and some of the stocks that came on our radar. So first, we'll start off with the SPY. So we kind of kick things off there, and the S&P 500 had a pretty nice bounce day yesterday. That was Wednesday, the 24th. So really nice day in the market. You had this daily candle breakout, so the reversal is in, and again, market is holding this channel that we talked about in the previous video, and we're pretty happy with this curl. So now you have kind of a rounding bottom, and so we're looking for this 171 to be retested now that we're back above the upper half of this channel. And the S&P again, it's looking pretty good for a bounce. We had some kind of bearish activity before the holiday, and now into the holiday, you kind of have this rebound. So we talked about some potential volatility that was coming, just given the short week, and folks looking to take profit in some cases, and reposition themselves as we head into the end of the month and into December, which is one of the more volatile months of the year. So again, we like that this bounce happened. It's in this upper channel, so we're looking for the test of 171 on the SPY next. But again, we're going to continue to watch the volatility. Tomorrow, Friday, is a half day. The market will be closing at 1 o'clock, so that should also present for some volatility and some interesting price action in the market. So we'll stay tuned for that. And every morning we post our watch list in our chat room. So go ahead and subscribe to FREIBA Watch List. Click the link in chat or in the description. And check out tomorrow morning's Black Friday watch list. But so that's the SPY. Now let's get into some of the tickers that were on our watch list yesterday. So one, we had SAVA. So SAVA Sciences, they're a Alzheimer's drug candidate. They've been kind of going back and forth with some issues, whether it be legal and others. So the stock has been extremely volatile with kind of moving on news up and down. But we've been trending it for a while, and it's here now approaching the $60 level. But we had it on our watch list yesterday, and it had a great day. Over 10% move on SAVA yesterday. So it really broke out. So back here a few days ago, we are in chat. We were talking about the breakout over the 5250 level. So we were looking for kind of a more explosive move, and SAVA kind of held this upper end of the channel perfectly and broke out. So again, it was on the watch list yesterday. We posted it at 9 a.m. where it was around $51, and it had a high of 58.58. So congratulations to anyone that paying attention. And again, SAVA was a great trade, and again, it was on that watch list this morning. So thanks to all our subscribers. Now, next we're going to jump into another stock that kind of moved on light volume. It popped on the radar first thing in the morning because of this pop. This is TALK, Talkspace. And this pop, hit the radar, hit the scanners, got our attention. And so we were looking for this for a potential afternoon kind of move here above VWAP. And so it kind of did what a lot of penny stocks do. And, this pattern here is kind of it's hugging VWAP and kind of breaking over it and trying to make a run at some of these highs. So we definitely had this on watch. We were looking for it to break 250, kind of going for this high of day, but the news just wasn't quite strong enough. Light volume. There was a lot of other stocks moving, and yesterday, or the day before, rather Tuesday, it was at $2. So it's a nice move for it, for a penny stock, but just kind of small range for now. So we're going to keep talk on watch. But anyone that caught this move in the afternoon, it was about a 5 or 6 cent pop, kind of into the close. But this could be an interesting swing trade for some. And again, we're looking for this high break up here to break that kind of squeeze towards that 250 level. So TALK will actually still be on watch, but again, it was on a watch list yesterday. And then another penny stock that was on our watch list. We don't trade penny stocks every day, but we do like some of the volatility that was presented in one. Two, we talked about the potential volatility in the market given the slow and short week. So low float, the penny stocks have definitely been moving recently. So we pay attention to everything, and we kind of let our community know, and vice versa. We get feedback from the community letting us know what they're trading all the time. So this is PTN. They had some news. It was a price target increase. This thing was at 30 cents on Tuesday. And so, it popped, it doubled in pre-market. So this became an interesting, potential trade, particularly around 9 a.m. when we saw it start to curl and, kind of curled almost perfectly. So, we definitely had this on watch. We saw it sell off in the morning, right? Dropped about 50%, kind of retraced 50% of that move, and bounced off of the 40-cent level and moved up to almost high day at about 60 cents. So we had a price target, intraday price target of around 55, just to retest this this high, and it did. It worked pretty well. So again, congratulations to anyone that saw that move. But this has a pretty high price target on it, and we think that there's going to be some continued volatility in this thing moving forward. But we really want to see it open up here. One, get over the dollar level, and kind of get back to an actual reversal. So the next level on this is around that 68, 70 cent level for this thing to break. But with the price target that's on it, you really want this to accelerate and at least break that dollar level pretty soon. So it's not going to move as fast as some might want. So just again, keep this on watch. But again, today was or yesterday was a great move to hold these levels, and it's above 50 cents now, and so this will just kind of potentially gradually make its way up. That is PTN, and again, that's a penny stock. All right, and some of the tickers that we actually took trades on ourselves, our traders, were from the live trade alerts. And first one we'll talk about is BENE. This kind of happened in the morning, really exploded. It was halted pre-market, and this was a ticker that was related to DWAC. And we kind of saw it as it's an interesting one because it's in a former runner, ran from $10 to $18, just last month, and we were looking for what was going to happen out of the halt. It was halted pre-market for news, so we waited till the news was released. It was released. It was related to electric vehicles, kind of loosely, hydrogen vehicles specifically, and when it unhalted, it moved pretty well. So out of the gates here, this thing popped and halted, and when it opened, we kind of took advantage of this secondary push and halt and squeeze, and we made a couple pretty good trades on BENE yesterday. So faded the rest of the day, and we think that it's going to be some continued volatility. I mean, this is a SPAC, so from a there's a lot of things about SPACs that can kind of slow their momentum. One being that there is no concrete dates on when the merger is going to close and things of that nature. So there's more news to come on this. So we're going to keep this on watch. But it is something that we kind of took advantage of volatility. And this was on the watch list yesterday as well before the market opened again, because it's a former runner and had some news pending. But that was BENE. So nice trade. And again, we alerted this trade in our chat. Next, APBO. We had APBO on the list, believe it was on Tuesday, and where it just kind of made this really, really big move and broke out pretty nicely. It opened, or pre-market, it was at $6 and had a high of $22, so it tripled. And so we had this on watch for a potential bounce, and it started to hit the scanners in the morning after this consolidation, and we took a trade to the upside here. when it made its move towards $15. So that was really nice. Again, that was in chat. We talked about it, saw it, hit the scanners, and it did pretty well. So again, congrats to anyone that was in that. All right, next we had SOPA. So this stock is down about 70% in one day, and so we were looking at potential shorts covering as well as kind of what's called a dead cat bounce, which is one of the strategies, and it happened. So after this, profit taking from pre-market action, you had shorts, start to cover and buyers start to step in, and this thing moved up. And we were looking at the $15 level as a target to break this high, and it did, squeezed up and halted at the highs before pulling back. But we took a couple trades on this, and it worked out really well. That's SOPA. All right, next we have IONQ. It's something that we talked about on YouTube on Monday, I believe, and we're looking at this potential breakout here as it was a former runner, and we had again looked to this levels being broken here, and we ended up taking a trade right towards the highs, and we definitely had this on watch early in the day, and as it make this new high here and stopped around 27, we took a trade, and on this upward rip here on IONQ. So that was a pretty nice one, and we had price targets set, worked out pretty well. All right, now a couple others. So one, LGVN. LGVN we talked about before, but we took another trade on this curl on the daily, and this level here, you kind of have this cup that we were looking at for potential level of resistance at around $34 to $35. So it kind of moved to that level, rejected, pulled back, and then ended up going to a high of over $40. So amazing rebound day, for something that was at $15 just the day before. So again, over 150% on the day of a bounce. So this is definitely has been on watch. So we called it out in chat and took a couple trades on during this squeeze. So very nice move on LGVN, and it's been on the watch list recently. We talked about it a couple times, and we're going to look for some continued volatility in this into Friday and kind of moving forward over the next few days, just to see kind of how this moves, and again, just take advantage of some of the volatility. That's LGVN. All right, and so now here's some of the other stocks that came on our radar, and then so I'll run through a couple that we're going to be watching for tomorrow, and then we'll talk about some of the more broader topics of the times right now, just given that it's Thanksgiving, and we do have a moment of pause here to kind of think about the end of the year and some other ideas for things like the infrastructure bill and the like. So first we'll jump into NVDA. So NVIDIA, the chip maker, had a really nice bounce day yesterday. So you kind of have this cup that's now reached its peaks, and we're looking for some continuation in this over the next couple of days. So NVDA is definitely on our radar right now. We're kind of looking for this range to break, but there is a potential for a downside move. But again, we'll watch this as it takes hold here. But a nice bounce day on NVIDIA, so NVIDIA is on watch. That's NVDA. Another that came on our radar from our community was MasterCard. So a nice curl here. There's some news pending on MasterCard, and we're going to be looking at this 340 level tomorrow, and we're just going to see kind of how it performs, and look to today trade this as we move forward. That's on MasterCard. MA. Next we have Cloudflare, NET. So again, nice rebound, partially with the markets too, a little bit oversold, But we have basically this looking for this $200 break and retest on NET. So first target for the break is 198.75. So NET again is on our radar. The next there had some news is PLBY, Playboy Group. It had some news recently in regards to some of their new product offerings, and so they had some uh, pretty bullish activity. I mean, as you see here, there's as it dropped to that low of 33.75, that was one of the biggest buying opportunities. You know, short started to cover, but also news was released, and again, it's starting to slow down here to the downside. So we're looking for some potential bounces. So we have some targets set up here for PLBY, and we've been talking about it for a few days, but that is still on our radar. All right, so that's the kind of typical portion of the watch list. And now we're going to jump into some of the topics just to discuss that we're going to be talking about moving forward as you think about, Black Friday, the weekend, and also into the next, end of the year as well as the next quarter. So one of the ideas is just check back at our infrastructure video where we talked about some tickers that are going to start to get potential funding from the infrastructure bill with that $1 trillion that the U.S. has passed recently. So definitely check back at that video, take a look, let us know if you have any questions. But that's something to think about as we move forward. And then also next we'll talk about renewables. So EV vehicles, charging companies, some of those are also in the infrastructure video, but those are definitely going to be on watch moving forward. So again, something to think about. Next, we have the kind of squeeze in oil prices, oil and gas. So those are also going to continue to be on watch as we head into the winter months, and those are good revenue generators for that industry. And so look into some of those tickers. Again, we'll be having them in chat. So shoot us a question if you want us to take a look at a chart anytime. Next, utilities. So utility companies are going to be, getting increased demand. So start looking into utility companies, and we've been watching some of some of the price action flow that's going into those. And another is COVID. So any COVID related stocks are going to start to become on watch, and there may be some opportunities there. And so we'll be in chat talking about that as well. Again, something to think about. And financials. So with the Fed essentially raising rates, financials have started to get some flow. And so we had a couple financial stocks on watch the other day on our watch list, and mainly because of one, the re-election of Jerome Powell. And again, we talked about in previous videos, but financials is definitely something to keep in mind. And then lastly, given the holiday, Thanksgiving, is Tyson Foods. So Tyson Foods, we're watching. One, it has a pretty nice uptrend, and two, then they're part of that food supply chain, and with some of the issues in supply chain recently, and again given the holiday, we're gonna watch Tyson Foods for some continuation here into the next 2 weeks or so. All right, so happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to FREIBA Watch List, and don't miss our watch list coming tomorrow morning. So click the link in the description and let us know if you have any questions, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.